Hello class. Today we're gonna learn how to sew. Have you ever tried sewing? Some grades are gonna get a plastic needle, which looks like this. And inside we have a little loop where the thread is gonna come through. And some older grades are gonna get this style of needle. It's still not too sharp, but it can go through fabric easier. Okay, so first thing, let's discuss some types of stitches. There is a running stitch where I'm gonna demonstrate each. You're gonna try it. You're gonna go straight, then down, straight up and down and up. Then you're gonna make a hemming stitch, the side one right here. And then you're gonna make a little X stitch to try. And optionally, you can try the basting stitch or the back stitch if you're really good at sewing. You can try all the other invisible stitch or overcast stitch. You can try these, but right now I just want you to try the 3 basic stitches. And the way we're gonna do it, we're gonna learn stitching by making a little supply bag. I have a little pencil box, a little eraser in here, and it fits perfectly. So this is one style of a bag, and as you can see, this head holes drilled, and students just use the plastic needle to go and sew the sides like this. And I was using this bright red yarn in order to show the stitches better. That's one style. Another style is sewing with a thread like this, using this metal needle and just going through and sewing the sides. And here I used the hemming stitch, okay? And we can try all different stitches even on the edge. And it's a little bit bigger of a box, of a supply bag. So let's try step by step. Let's try to just go over a simple stitch and simple number 1 stitch on a piece of fabric. So number 1, we're just gonna learn how to thread a needle. You're gonna do both kinds of needles, and we're gonna thread it. So first, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna find the eye of the needle, and that's right there. And you're gonna put the thread through the eye of the needle. It takes a little practice, but if you're careful, it goes in. And I got it on the second try. Okay? And then we're gonna tie a knot. You want a little longer thread to start with. Okay? So let me show you how to thread the plastic needle, the second needle. You're gonna take a piece of yarn, about twice as long as your paper, like this, and carefully put the yarn through the eye of the needle. Hopefully the video shows the detail really nice. Oh, you might drop it like I did. Don't worry about it. It takes a little practice to do. Put it carefully through the eye of the needle. All right, I threaded it. Now at the ends, we're gonna make a knot. I like to make my knot like this. 1, 2, and then I take this little end and loop it inside of those 2 and tie a knot. Did you see how I did it? One more time. I'll show you on this one. So I did it 1 and 2. Then you can take the end and pull on the end like this and tie a knot. It's an easy way to do a knot. Sometimes if it falls apart, just do it over again. Okay, there you go. Now I have 2 knots. I can pull them all the way to the back. Okay. Okay, now that we know how to thread our needle, we're gonna try the first technique. We're gonna take this plastic needle and we are going to look at the stitches again. Turn this around and we're gonna try number 1 stitch. So we have the knot and we're gonna push through the fabric carefully. This is felt. And we're going to pull on it until the knot is on the other side. Now we're gonna copy it. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna make a short little stitch. That's 1. Now we are on the other side. So we went from here to here. Now we are on the other side. And we're gonna come back up and try to make your stitches even. So I'm gonna come back up. And so on the other side it looks like this. And on this side, I have 1 stitch done. I'm not going to do this second stitch. So I'm gonna push it in. Now I have the second stitch. Can you see that? Now we're going to the third one. So we flip it over. We make a short stitch on the same thing on the back side. Come through here. And this is our front. And I'm gonna make my third stitch. And push it carefully through. Ta-da! I tried my step number 1. We can continue by making stitch number 2. So stitch number 1 was the running stitch. This is the running stitch. The next step is the hemming stitch. That's the side one. Watch me do the side one. Okay, we are back. So next one, I am going to do the side stitch, which is the hemming stitch. So I am going to go over a side like this. When I go from here, from where I was, I'm just gonna make a hole. So this you have to push through the felt. Okay. And you're gonna go sideways like this. Let me show you that again. I'm gonna go like this, and that goes inside. You can wiggle the plastic needle a little if it doesn't go in right away. This needle is a little sharper, so it goes easier through, okay, the metal needle. But if you're working with the plastic needle, that's fine. It works, but you just have to be patient. So now I made another side hemming stitch. Now I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna go sideways, just like this, and I'll keep replaying the stitch video for you. And sometimes if the plastic needle is breaking, you can even take a pencil, sharp pencil, and make a little hole in there, like this, and then go through the hole, and ta-da! It worked better. Sometimes you have to push too hard, and I don't want you to break the plastic needles. So go ahead and use your pencil to make a hole where you're gonna go. Let's try again. This is the hemming stitch. So I'm going sideways. I'm gonna make my little hole with my pencil so it's a little easier, and push through. See that? I have my hemming stitch. That's number 2. My last stitch is number 3, and that's X. This is the hardest of these. So once you get good at this, then you can try number 3. So this is how it works. Let's make a hole where we're gonna go. And go sideways, just like the hemming stitch. But for the catch stitch, you're gonna go back. So you're gonna make a hole next to it on the other side and go backwards, making an X. Do you see how I made that X? Okay, one more time. I'm gonna make a hole here A little bit to the side, about an inch. Not an inch, about half an inch. Not far at all. And I'm gonna push the needle through. Yes, the pencil helps a lot. And now I'm gonna go to the other side, push it through, push the pencil through, and come back making an X. Now I have 2 of the catch stitches. Number 3, X's. It looks just like X. Let's do it again. So make a hole, put the needle through, make a hole next to it, put a needle through. Now I have 3 X stitches. So this is the stitch we're gonna practice. I hope it turns out well before we go and actually practice on sewing a bag like this. One last thing I will show you is for those older grades, if you're doing these stitches. Okay, so we are going to take this thread. We're gonna thread the eye of the needle through here. You're gonna thread the eye of the needle, go through there. Carefully, I did it. You're gonna tie that knot, and then we're gonna sew this first. This one is the hemming stitch. We're gonna hem the side of the supplies back for our pencils and supplies. So I am going to tie a knot. Go 1 and 2 loops. Take it off my finger, put this end through the loops carefully so you don't lose it. Loop it through and tie a knot. There we go. I've got a knot. Okay. Oh, and I somehow tied a knot like this. I will untie it, but if it happens to you, I can help you. Okay, we're going to push it through. Actually, let's put it through the inside so that we hide that knot. Close your baggie, and you're gonna do the hemming stitch on the side like this. Watch that pattern. I'm gonna go sideways, pull, and keep pulling, keep going sideways right next to the other one. And if this happens, just put it here and hold it and hold it and push it through. Keep coming over and straighten this so it comes nice and sideways like we practiced. Okay? So until you have the whole side stitched up. Now is your turn.